What's up, you guys? Operator Woodland Wolf here, and today we are doing a new series, just like Wolves Barely Surviving. That video will be up in this corner. We are doing a new series so-called Tactical Gear Corner, as it says in the description below, and that's also the title of this video. This is my first episode. I am here to teach you guys the things that I do know. Leave in the comment section below if I get anything wrong, and also stuff that you might know and questions that you might have. Leave that down there. Also, I'm coming to you guys with my gear that I use for Airsoft, and some of it I use around here, and some of the tips I use for being more effective on the field, because that'll definitely help a lot. So first thing we're gonna go off with is my plate carrier. This is a real plate carrier. No, inside these things are not real plates. They're just pieces of wood that actually made into the plates. I'll take this thing off in a little bit and discuss what I actually how I wear it. So I'm gonna start with the plate carrier, and then go to my pants and my holsters for my pistol. Then I'm gonna go to how I put the rifle onto my sling. I'm gonna use this Airsoft one as a demonstration. You can use whatever you so choose. I'm gonna teach you guys how I use my helmet. So I got my regular Airsoft helmet with my Airsoft goggles here. And then how you should use your coats as well. And then I'm gonna end with the boots. How you use your boots and gloves and glasses, hats, you name it. We'll go through that. So I'm gonna first take off my gloves, because I can just go through there. All right, so let's start with me by taking off my gear. You also need to make sure that you can get this gear off and on very quickly. One of the things you're going to want to do is make sure you can get the stuff on quickly, because if you are in the actual military, you got to be able to be ready to deploy within a couple of hours. So you're going to want to be able to get the stuff on real quick, or it's a scenario, like a life or death scenario, you got to be able to get your gear ready to go in no time. I'm going to move stuff out of the way. So, what we're going to do is that I'm going to start with the pouches all around it, how I have them placed. I'm going to teach you how to properly wear this and how you should use the stuff on here. So, let me do this. All right, so with what we've got here, as you can see, I've got all this stuff. So we're not going to at all worry about the patches. We don't have to worry about that, because we really don't need to know what to do with patches. We just need to know what to do with pouches. They sound the same, but they're not. So first thing is that you're going to want to have your rifle mags easily accessible. Don't put your rifle mags in the back, or your radio. Those are the top things that you're probably going to need. So don't put them in the back. Otherwise, they are inaccessible to you unless you take off the vest or you have assistance from somebody else. But put your most vital stuff up here, such as like your AR mags, your M4 mags, your AK mags, whatever you use. Also your sniper rifle mags. I've used these personally as like tool holders, because I don't have extra mags for my Airsoft rifle. But whenever I'm on range day, I use, I'll put my AR mags in here and other mags, such as like for sniper rifles and whatnot. But up here these are actually, this pouch actually came from Afghanistan. I got it from a guy who went to Afghanistan. So these pouches here are for M9 Berettas and Glocks and stuff like that. But I use them for CO2. Man, that's hard. So I have little CO2 cartridges. These are 12-gram Crossman stuff. Stuff that you use in a gas blowback or non-blowback pistol. Then I have my pouch right here. This is my speed loader pouch. So it's Velcro. I got this actually with the saw that I got for camping. I just use it for airsoft now because I don't use the saw really all that much anymore, unless it's in my backpack. But I put it at the top so I can easily grab it and pull it out quickly, as you guys have seen me in videos before do. That'll be up in the corner as well. So as you can see, these things have buttons. I wish that they didn't. I wish that they had like buckles or Velcro or something like that, because that makes it very easy because of buttons. Let's see. It's really hard to get. You have to use 2 hands anyways, and just makes your process 2 times longer. But with that, you want to make sure that your rifles, mags actually do fit in the pouches. And this is a Molly pouch, so you're going to want to make sure that this stuff is on tight. Because if you don't wear it tightly, your vest is all this stuff's going to be swinging around whenever you're running. I learned that from experience. My stuff used to just run around everywhere. I got running in all this gear. Also, what you can also use these things for, as you can see, I have a pocket knife, as you guys have seen in another video. So I just slide that in there, and it's well secured. As you guys can tell, it's not going anywhere. I could shake it more, but I don't want to. But then down here, you want to make sure that your plates fit. These things don't, so I kind of made an error on that because I can't make them bend. You can't make wood bend, so I have that. And also you want to make sure that your gear is comfortable on you, because who knows how long you're going to be wearing it. You can be wearing it for days, hours, weeks, months, not years. I know and you could be wearing it nonstop. You could be wearing it on and off. And that's where the being able to take this off quickly and effectively comes into play. So now we're going to flip over to this side of pouches. This is a Canteen pouch right here. Let me raise it up a little bit. This is a Canteen pouch right here. And with this pouch, you can hold a bunch of stuff besides just water bottles. And what I really like is that it's buckled. And so it's super sneaky. You can use it in stealth, so as long as it's the right camouflage for your thing. But you can fit tons of things. You can fit like 4 or 5 grenades in here. You can fit extra mags, extra BBs. You can fit just about all you need. Also, you could probably fit one M249 mag in there if you really are that tricky. All right. But you also want to make sure that when this comes around, it fits around your waist and hip area. So you want to make sure it fits there. And also, you want to make sure that this is all tightened up to your right size, because you don't want to be like that noob on the field who is trying to carry a big bulky vest that doesn't even fit. So you want to make sure it fits. All this gear must fit. So next we're going to go onto this pouch in the back. This one holds my first aid kit. I always carry one with me because you never know when somebody gets hurt on the field. I've been hurt before. I just slightly, as you guys can tell, recently I did a little while ago. If you guys go back to that video, I dislocated my knee. There's not really much you can do with the first aid kit on that. Besides, you could pull it back in. But I didn't know it was dislocated for a couple of days, actually. Maybe even a couple of weeks. It just hurt a lot to walk. I thought I just really banged up my knee, so I kept off of it for a while until I went ice skating, and I hit the wall so hard that it popped back in. But like for teenagers like me, doesn't hurt all that much because, well, I don't know why, but that's what my parents say. All right, so always have your first aid kit. I have it in the back because I will need it, but it's probably not essential always. But if you're like a medic or something like that, I put that up more towards the front, or where it's more accessible on the sides. Right, so we're gonna go to here. This pouch is a flashbang pouch, but I use it for smoke grenades and actual airsoft grenades. And also it is a buckle, so it's really easy. I can use it one-handed, but as you can tell with the buttons, I could not. I could only use them with 2 hands. Let me make sure I can close that. This one also, all these ACU, I think, ACU camo pouches came from Afghanistan, straight from a guy I know. He didn't need more, so he gave them to me. All right, so those are all the pouches. Now I'm gonna go into other things. I have my sling here, my 1-point sling. So it's very effective when you know how to use it, but it can be in the way if you don't know. As you guys can tell, it looks a little bit different than most of my videos. It's not hooked up to both of these things up here and hanging down like this, because I figured out that's not how you wear it. You wear it on your dominant side, where your rifle's going to be, so that when you transition, like you just saw, you will be able to transition effectively. All right, so with the plates, they're both made of wood, yada, yada, yada. Now I'm gonna put this thing back on. I'll make sure I still have my rifle with me. So I'm gonna put this thing back on real quick. As you guys can see, with these, you want to make sure that they are fit to your size and that they are tight, because they are actually tight around my waist and my hip area. And then, as you can tell, with that, it is easier to maneuver with. So, like, as you can tell, whenever I'm running, I'm just doing weird movements. As I am running, I could be running to other cover, and I don't want things like all wailing around, because as you have stuff moving around, you could trip and fall and quite possibly break your nose or your face or break your gun. Guns are very expensive. So yeah, you're gonna want to make sure all this stuff is tight. Make sure that whenever you're done with the day, you make sure that you put your stuff back to the way you had it before, so that it's ready to go, so you aren't having to put things back into place, start looking for things, and make sure that you have it for on the fly. All right, so next we're gonna go to gloves for a second. I'm just gonna go there for a second, and I'm gonna work on those. By the way, links in the description below to everyone, to everything and everyone who wants to get all this stuff. But one thing that you're going to want to make sure is that your gloves are properly maintained. As you can tell, my gloves aren't. These are gloves that were really cheap. I bought them because I thought that the price was really good, but they only lasted me about 2 months. I cut off the fingers. I'm going to sew them back together, because also you can't use your phone for anything, and also it allows you to be able to further use your selector switches and be able to press buttons. Sometimes your things get snagged, which is what happens a lot. And also, your gloves don't get snagged. I would say have the Velcro go over up top, so that when you're playing Airsoft or something like that, so it doesn't either grab. I've heard of this guy who was grabbing for mag and pulled the pin of his grenade because it grabbed a hold of his glove and it almost went off. Luckily he threw it out in time. But you don't want that happening with either a smoke grenade or a grenade, whatever, or a fragmentation grenade if you're in the real military. But also you're probably gonna have that like in a pouch somewhere safe, so I'd hope. All right, so also make sure your gloves fit. They have to fit, otherwise you are effective, and you will not be as effective as if you are with the gloves that actually fit, because you can't use your fingers like these. So next we're going to talk about my holster. So I have a thigh holster. I do not have a hip holster. You could probably tell, if you know what I'm talking about, is that hip holsters don't go very well if you don't have them actually attached to your vest. So I don't like mine attached to my vest because it weighs me down like this. But, so I have it connected. Let me stand up for a minute. So I have it connected right here on my thigh. like this. It's very tight, so that when I'm running, it's gonna wiggle a little bit, but it's not gonna go everywhere. Oh man, I forgot to do that. Also, what you're gonna want to do is make sure that's clipped, because as you have seen in some videos, like the one up in the corner, I have lost my pistol more than once. One time I lost it, and it literally fell to the ground, and I couldn't find it for like 2 hours. I eventually found it with some help with some friends, but besides that, we are going, so right here, it's tight, and I also tie it around. That's effective on my part, but also my belt. My belt is sitting on top of the belt that holds up my pants. So it's sitting on top of that, so I'm not pulling down my pants either. But also I have a pouch right here. This one is also Velcro, but this will hold speed loaders or magazines for my pistol or whatever I need them to. So make sure that your holster also is fit to your size. I cannot express that enough because I've had to deal with that more than once, and make sure it actually will hold your gun whenever you're running, because you don't want to have to go back in the middle of a firefight and go run after your pistol or whatever you lost. So now we are on to the rifle. So this is my LT-15B Gen 2 from Lancer Tactical. I posted a lot of videos and a lot of photos about this. So we are going to be, I'm going to be showing you how to properly wear it on you. As you can tell, it's got some wear on it. All right, so as you can see, where my 1-point sling is right here, you take it, and typically they'll have a sling point right here, but mine doesn't. So I took a zip tie and put it in where the other one's supposed to go. Or if you have one that connects here or up here, or whatever. Whatever you have, just let me know in the comment section below. So we're going to connect this. All right, so it's connected. As you can tell, it's going to help a lot with transitioning, but also put it on your dominant side. I am ambidextrous, so I can shoot both left and right-handed. I'm more on with real shooting. With shotguns, I'm more on my left eye than I am on my right, so I use my left hand. But during airsoft, I use my right, so I can see where the BBs are going with my left. Because I have both my eyes open, because I can't wink that way. I can only wink with my right eye closed. So, I've done some transitioning videos on my Instagram. Links to that in the description below. Also, I did a live video with shotgun shooting with a couple of friends and family. We're also going to be doing some live videos in the future with shooting and whatnot, whatever I can come up with. All right, so since you guys see how everything's set up, also have your rifle set to your size. Also have the sling set to your size. I cannot express that enough, as I said before. Make sure that you are able to adjust, and also make sure that your holster is also, as I forgot to say earlier, that your holster is on your dominant side, because you don't want to be going like this, trying to get to it with your non-dominant hand and get shot. So, but I'm going to show you guys in a video of me transitioning how this should be. All right, that was the transitioning video. It looks pretty earlier from the earlier transition video. It's pretty much the same thing. So that's how you would do it. Then you want to make sure that you can unclip it quickly. Like, get yourself familiarized with all this. This thing won't stop spinning. So you want to make sure that you're familiarized. Like if you have it like this. But I will teach you guys some tactics that I know as well for clearing runes. I've never played on a CQB field before, but I have played on a paintball one. Links to that up there. I cannot express that enough. Also, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and also share this video in this channel, because I am a beginning channel. Thank you guys for all your support for those who have subscribed recently, as that's been boosting up morale on the channel, and also those comments too. All right, so next we're going to go to coats. I'm not going to put this on, but you guys already know that this fits me. This is my very common Canadian Special Forces and Canadian Army digital camo. you want to make sure that it fits. A, it fits you, and then B, it fits your surroundings. So like, I've actually snuck up on people before in this, in a video. I did not catch it because my GoPro was shut off. It was shut off. I forgot to turn it on, but I was doing a capture a flag game, and I was protecting the flag, actually just over the ridge, just in front of me. And my friend was I was watching his back when an enemy came up the rear and didn't even see me, and I took him out. It took a while, but that did happen. All right, so then we're going to talk about eyes. These are some shades. These are actually airsoft shades. They're fog proof, so they will not fog up. That was weird. Okay. But they will not fog up even if you're sweating a lot. I've never had these things fog up before. I actually got these from a military base when I went there for a visit. But also a hat or something like that will do nicely. Because also if a BB hits you in the head, it doesn't hurt as bad. Mountain Man Midwest, links up there and down there to his channel. I was playing airsoft with him and accidentally shot him in the head. That left a big welt. Airsoft will leave welts, so that's why you also wear a mesh mask or a mask of some sort. I don't always wear masks that are exactly appropriate for the time, but oh well. So now back to what we were talking about. The hat needs to fit, the glasses need to fit so that when you're running they don't fall off like so. Because I've never had that happen before. But also they don't catch you in the face. All right, so we have this helmet. You want to make sure that your helmet fits like this. You want to make sure that it's worn properly. This is just a replica MiG 2000 helmet. It's not an actual one. I got a couple Kevlar ones though. But you want to make sure it fits. The problem that I don't like is that the chin strap is slightly too big. But I can deal with that because I just fold it in like that and then just tighten it up. All right, so all those who are in the Army, yeah, you guys probably already know how to use these things. But those who play Airsoft, I will teach you another day how to put gear on here. So we're gonna put the hat back on. But also you're gonna wanna make sure that these goggles are Airsoft grade. These are some four-wheeler goggles I got from Walmart. They are MacDog ATV goggles. I've used them for a long time. I've been shot in the eyes quite a few times. They fog up. That's my one problem, is that they fog up. And there's a trick that I learned from a Marine. He said that whenever he got a new pair of goggles, as you can tell, there's typically foam there, but he took them off so they could breathe. If you take them off, your goggles will breathe and they won't fog up as badly. That does not promise that they will not fog up at all. So don't expect them not to fog up. And also make sure that these fit too, especially so that they can fit on your helmet. Like so. This is how I would normally have it whenever I'm not wearing it. So I'm gonna set that aside. Then with trousers and pants, as you can tell, my pants aren't exactly meant for this terrain right here or environment, because these are ACU pants, but they do work because they do fit. You also want to make sure that your pants and your boots, as you can see, is laced up, and I forgot what the military calls it. You guys should leave that in the description below if you know, because if you have that, you could run much quicker and not have to worry about your boots flapping everywhere, because I've had that happen before. I've been running and my shoelaces come untied. You also want to make sure that your shoes are built great. Don't be wearing flip-flops to Airsoft games, people. I've actually heard of that before, and that does not end well. Want to make sure that you have good, sturdy boots. Some people wear tennis shoes. I don't. I just barely wear tennis shoes at all. These are my everyday boots. They are waterproof. Links to them in the description below. They are really nice. You guys should get yourselves a pair. I will do reviews on stuff as well. If you guys want to see more things, let me know where to go to. I'm right now trying to figure out sponsorships. That's not going too well since I'm a small channel, so share it so we can start reviewing stuff here. because this is what I'll be doing more often since we can't do exactly Airsoft that much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please tune in next week for another tactical gear corner with Operator Woodland Wolf. And I will see you guys next week. Also, go check out Airsoft GI for one of these shirts. That's where I got the shirt from. It's really nice. It also fits. As I said before, make sure it fits. So, without further ado, I'm going to leave you guys off. So, I'm Operator Woodland Wolf. I'll see you guys on the battlegrounds in the wilderness if the cause is right.